watching this video, then I'm guessing it's because you want to know the answer to that million-dollar question, why can't I just stop eating? It feels so frustrating, doesn't it? You're thinking about food 24/7 and it's like it just won't go away, and it's that uncontrollable, I just can't stop eating. And I have no idea why. Well, in this video, I'm going to talk you through exactly why you do that. I'm going to give you the answer to that million-dollar question, why can't I just stop bloody eating? And give you some ideas of how you can resolve it. Because I have been there myself. I'm Emily Hall, the binge eating coach, if you don't know me. And I help women just like you beat the binge and feel great naked. And I do that because I used to be a huge binge eater myself. And that question for me was on my mind all the time. I felt like there was something wrong with me. Everybody else kind of seemed to have it all sussed. Everybody else seemed to have a normal relationship with food apart from me. I would plan my life around it. I would kind of avoid social situations sometimes because I could plan a binge, and it was that love-hate relationship with the binge. It's like, oh my God, this food feels amazing in the moment, and then I'd hate myself afterwards. But it was like, I just couldn't stop. And it was only when I started to see things from a new perspective, I had a big kind of, no, epiphany is the wrong word, my life blew up basically. And I thought, I've got to look at things in a completely different way. And it was when I started to look at things in a different way that I started to work out what the answers are. And the answers are not, spoiler alert, another bloody diet. You know, the dieting industry is a $72 billion industry for a reason. And that reason is that they want you to keep going back. And we do keep going back. We go back because we are conditioned that that is the right answer, but actually it isn't. You know, dieting treats the symptoms, not the cause. And actually with dieting, we do that binge restrict. And it actually ends up making us eat more, which then gives us, you know, sends us into that turmoil of I failed again. And then we've got to want to feel better. So we use food to feel better. It is not good. And it is definitely not the answer. So what is the answer? Okay, well, the answer is you, which might seem quite pressurizing, but let me kind of break it down. So basically, you will have a number of different thoughts, ideas, feelings, all of that going on in your mind that make up your food issue. When you think about when you eat, actually, no, let me rephrase that. I was going to say, when you think about when you eat, there's always feelings connected to it. But actually, when we're a binge eater, when we're in the midst of a binge, we don't know that. But there will be. All of our actions are driven by our thoughts, driven by our beliefs. So every time you go for a binge, every time you can't stop thinking about food, every time you want to overeat, there's always a thought and belief driving it. But your thoughts and feelings and beliefs and ideas are going to be different from somebody else's. So we've got to kind of work out what your sort of puzzle pieces are and how you show up in the world. And that kind of leads to then changing the behavior. Because if you've got a set of really negative beliefs, negative thoughts, negative ideas, you will always use food to feel better. It's kind of, if you really break it down into one simple concept, and that is be kind to yourself and you won't need food in the same way. Now that sounds so simplistic, right? And it is it's a simplistic concept, but it's not so simple to execute, because being kind, it doesn't mean giving yourself, you know, getting your nails done or getting your hair done or having a bubble bath. Being kind to you comes up in so many different ways. It's about having really good, kind, core beliefs about yourself, thinking you're good enough, thinking you have value, thinking that you matter. It's about you making decisions from a place of value. Being kind to you is about having healthy boundaries in place. It's around you saying no to things when people are pressurizing you to say yes, but you know that's wrong for you. It's about showing up in the world authentically as you, living life to your values. It's all these lots of different things that create either chaos or calmness in your mind. And if you've got chaos, a chaotic mind will always lead to chaotic eating. So you've got to kind of work out what all of these different puzzle pieces are. You know, am I showing up in the world as I should be? Am I living life to my values? Do I think that I'm good enough, that I'm lovable, that I'm amazing, that I'm incredible? All of those things, you know, have I got healthy boundaries in place? Am I surrounding myself with the right people? Do I know how to cope with my emotions so I don't need food to do the job for me? You know, there's a ton of different things, and we've got to work out all of these little puzzle pieces in order to create calmness in the mind, so that that doesn't lead to overeating, because as I said before, a chaotic mind equals chaotic eating. So think about, you know, after you watch this video, what are the things that you believe about yourself, about your world? Look at how you're showing up in the world. Look at your behaviors. Are you operating in life as a high value woman and somebody who's kind to themselves, who likes themselves, who loves themselves? And if not, what are you going to do to change that? Because all of this stuff drills back to whether we need food or not, to have that comfort, that safety, that calming, all of that chaos. Now, I hope that makes sense, and I hope that's helpful. And if it is, then please share this video on your feed, on your social media posts, wherever. I'm Emily Hall, the binge eating coach, and I help women beat the binge and feel great naked. I hope I've helped you today. And as I said, please do share. And if you like this video, I've got more videos either on my Facebook page, I'm on LinkedIn, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, TikTok channel, Instagram channel. I'm everywhere, because I really want to spread this message that overeating, binge eating, emotional eating is not just as easy as saying stop eating. If it was that easy, we wouldn't have weight problems, we wouldn't have binge eating problems, we wouldn't have any of those things. It's more complex than that, and it will not be fixed through another diet. It's fixed through mindset. So please do share this, because it will help so many people beat that binge and feel great naked. Thanks for listening.